Here we are, guys. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Right here. Right here. I am getting ready to mix my paint. So come on down with me. And we shall mix some paint. All right. Can you see everything? Let me set it up right just a little bit. There we go, guys. All right, and I'm gonna move this one right here. Hopefully that will give me a little bit better. So I'm making a recording while doing the live so I can have this wonderful sound show up later. So yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and kind of kill two birds with one stone. And here it goes. Let me move this up for you. And that way you guys can be up close and personal. Up close and personal with what is going on. So what we're gonna have to do is, actually, probably should move it back just a little bit and move this back just a little bit. Before I get going too much, I'm gonna go ahead and flip my paint back over. Remember, well, earlier we were gonna go do this. I had to stop because my chuck was too tight. I went ahead and bought a mixer. I got this from Walmart. This paint hasn't been opened in 2 years. So this will go right into my drill. Go ahead and tighten that chuck up. And because it needs a really, really thick mix, this is going to be the best way to mix this paint. Before I go any farther, when I pull this out of my paint, when I pull the drill top out, it's going to make a mess. So, one, I need the dog to get out from under my feet. And two, I need something to put that in. Now go ahead and get it. My container. And I have plastic here. So I'm just going to cut another piece of plastic off. Just so I don't make too big of a mess. All right. Here we go. I have this. Oh, sorry. Put my paint in a container. You definitely want to get up close on this, so let's see. All right. Get it all plugged in. Here we go. We are ready to mix paints. Gonna be a beautiful thing. And I have my bucket to put that in after. All right. All right. And I just definitely did not want to make a mess. All right, guys, here we go. Paint mixing after 2 years. And there we have it. I don't think it looks too bad for 2 roll to paint. Like I said, we were all ready to get going before I got injured. And that's what we wound up with. Let me go ahead and unplug this. Oh, yay. Yeah, it looks well mixed now. All right, my fabulous friends, on to the painting part. So much ASMR noises, huh? Move that back. Put it right there for now. Oops. Okay. I love these self-pouring tops. Oh, look at that, got it already. You can pull it up, pop the opening, and then you just put it around. It'll be easier if it's down, I think. And it should just fit right over my can. I don't like this one. I have a bunch of others. It just makes coming back to my project, opening, closing it, shaking it, everything so much easier. There we go. So we have a nice top on. Perfect. My handy dandy cut-in brush. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the paint off of this. So it just doesn't get, this is where we're going with the color. It's gonna be just a nice bright cream. I'll go ahead and cut around this. There we go. Go ahead and cut in right there while we're sitting here. So, not a big change, just brightening it up after a couple years. Go ahead and use some of this while we have it available. Just look down at the bottom of my bucket. There's a fly. Dead fly. So let me get the dead fly out of the bottom of the bucket. That's too funny. Oh, all right. We are ready to start painting, guys. We are ready to start painting. I am going to move everything around real quick. That is my pour spot. Right here. Put my water. Back in my bucket. Remember, you don't ever want to dump your water down your drain because that would be bad. We are actually going to start over here. So we can go ahead and move. Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. Thank you for coming to paint with me today. We shall see how far we can get on this project. I'm going to start from the top, probably work my set way down. And are we seeing this wall? Yeah, we're going to go right on in there. This is going to be another shaky video. What can you do? Crud. Man, I'm like the worst video person ever. Let's just back it up. Then if I ever open the door, it's going to be even bright again, but I'll give you an idea. I don't know. You can't really get everything in the picture that I'm trying to get in the picture. Hold on, let me do it this way. Hey, there's my face. Might make it easier for me to see what we're doing. Yeah, there you go. We'll start at the top and work our way down. How about that? All right, that water should be full. Oh yeah, it's still full. All right, I got my water. I'm going to go ahead and put my agitator. I love that. How about that? Right there at Walmart. beautiful agitator. And I have it sitting in water. I can clean it later. All right. I'm going to take my drill and move it out of my way. So I'm kind of right here with you guys. I'm just kind of getting things cleaned up from our corner over here. I'm going to take this top, my paint top, and because it has wet paint on it, it's going directly outside. So you're fine just pointing at that wall, I believe. You're fine, Daniel, it's pointing at this wall. Ooh. Did you see where it was pointing?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, so let me get my ladder set up. Finished with everything. I don't use tape because it's not my mother's house. So I don't feel like I have to tape everything. Hey, let's paint, baby, let's paint. So instead of taping, I'll use my edger. Just put it up there. Let me pull up my, I'm gonna paint left to right. So, this way. I do have in my bag from earlier, my wet cloths, my dry cloths. So I have that right there. Yes, yes, yes. Finally starting my project. Finally. The one key chuck. All right. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty color. Just slightly lighter than what was there before. I'll go ahead and fill up my tray. Fill up my bucket. Not too much. There we go. When you go to close the top on these, you do need to use a little thing. There. Okay, we are set. Here we go, guys. So it's a nice cream color. I hope you like it as much as I do. Let's see, you don't particularly want to look at my rear end, I'm sure. So we'll put you guys right here on the table. And I will go right here. We're going to start up top. Yeah. Oops. All right. So unless the air cuts on, we should be good right there. Okay, let me hook my tray to my ladder. Okay, it hooked earlier. There we go. So I have my tray hooked onto my ladder, and then I will have my cut in right here and my roller with me. So we are ready. Ta-ta-ta. Let's get started. I'm gonna come on up top. Here, yes. The first swipe is always so nerve-wracking to me. I am going to repaint this other wall too, so I'm not too overly concerned about overlap. If I spread a little bit, I'm just not concerned about it. And whenever we choose to move and have it repainted, we'll have it professionally painted then. But for this moment in time, this will be perfect. All right. Yeah. I am not sure what the dry time is going to be. Oh, I'm going to have to take these curtains down. Let me see what I can do. Let's see what we can do about that. All right. First of all, let me put a piece of plastic on my table. And then where I'm sitting on, oh, that's that thing all over it. Okay, I don't want to use that one. Huh, it has paint splatter everywhere. I should probably have this underneath of me. Probably should. For some reason, and I don't know if it's because I haven't painted in so long, the whole process is really getting me discombobulated. All right, I need a small piece of plastic, and I need I'll put a garbage can on the table. This can sit here. You're fine right there. I don't care if paint gets on the floor. This can come here. I'm putting plastic on my table because I didn't put any down. And then another piece under my ladder. So that's what we're doing. That is where we are today. I don't want paint on my great grandmother's kitchen table. Yeah. Let me move my tray. All right, there we go. Let me move this. I do have to take the window curtain down because it's in the way already. So let me come forward and do that. Excuse me, guys. You can look farther into the room. Hey, Pat. Yes. These are too tight. I can't unscrew it. Yeah, I can't get it. Everything's screwed down so tight. My hands don't work anymore. All right, there's Patrick. Yay! Oh, it's not wet. I'm gonna take the curtains down. Hey! Go Red, thank you. We're gonna get this house painted. We're on the first part. I have mixed the paint. That's as far as we've gotten. Now I have my husband trying to take the curtains down. Hey, East African workout girl. While he's doing that, I am gonna get behind. I'm so glad I came behind, or I would have missed the raid and been so rude. AWOG raid. I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to go explore and learn and be introduced. Bet and believe tomorrow I am going to find who that is and I will be in your house. Thank you for considering me for a raid. Thank you. So, oh, East African workout girl. Yeah, I will. That took me a second to figure it out. Thank you. I'm like, Iagwa. I couldn't pronounce it. East African workout girl's initials. Oh my goodness. I need to get back to partying with you guys because I really, missed the boat on that one, didn't I? That's pretty funny. I was pretty silly on that. So when I come back and paint this wall, I will tape. Right now, I am not too worried about it. Oh, look at all those marks. We're going to get this done. We're going to stay up tonight all night to get it done. We got Mr. Patrick up there taking my curtains down. Yep, he can't get them down either. See, the stuff's been up so long, it's too tight. I know the other side is loose. Let me try the other side. Here we go. And just think, we have the whole house to do, guys. So don't feel like we would get part 1 done, and we have part 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30. It turns to your turns to your left. You got it out?
No. So it turns.
And just pop it up real hard. There you go.
Okay.
And pop that center up real hard. There you go. We got it down. Okay. Okay. All right. We need to wash these, but we'll wash them tomorrow. Can you see now? Look at that hurricane weather outside. Aha, we have hurricane weather happening right here where we are. Okay, we're back in business. We are back in business, guys. Ready to paint. All right, we're back to business. I'm trying to find a good spot because I want to paint towards my left. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's going to be gorgeous when we get it finished. So I have a green wall here, and this wall is going a creamy color. So I am on part 1. Gonna cut in real quick. I do have an edger, but it doesn't matter to me because I'm gonna come back and repaint this wall. So right now I can't see comments because I'm facing away, but I sure do thank you guys for being here. Don't think I don't see you, I don't notice you. We'll come right here. So what I have always been taught, the trick to getting your walls to blend real well is to be sure that you don't do this cut too far without then coming back with the roller and paint. So you kind of want to do the 2 pieces simultaneously. The nice thing is the new paints have a very, very low smell. So that is really exciting that they do not have a heavy smell. So I'm going to stop right there and put my bucket on my bucket holder. Now I'm going to come down a step. All right, I'm going to turn it so when I can hopefully see comments. Because if not, it'll be a long night of talking to myself and not knowing all the wonderful people are here, right? Well, we just have to keep talking. But after the video finishes, trust and believe, I'm going to go back to the comments and I will 100% be sure to come back and spread some love back to you guys. Okay, so I have my tray on my ladder now, and we are ready to rock and roll. Don't want to overload it. Just nice and simple. But truthfully, I like an overloaded brush. And we're going to paint. Oh, I forgot to put my plastic under me. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Just a W shape. W shape. Nice and easy. Oh, see, that's why I always keep my wet rags right here. I was doing my W-shaped dance and hit the ceiling. But, see that? Now it's gone. I always keep my wet rags right here in my bag. I have a whole bunch. Actually, let me go ahead and clean up that pile down there that I just made. I was always told that when you're painting walls, you want to paint barefooted, so that way if you have wet paint that is splattered, you'll step in it and feel the paint, and you'll know you spilled paint. So that's what I was always told. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. We'll just keep my rag out because I'll use it again. And let's get back to my rolling. And we just want to overlap in a W or an X. There we go. So hey, look at that wall. It's almost completed. We are ready to step down. It should not take very long. Come right in nice and close. Pow! Boom. Yeah, I had wanted to do this earlier, but I could not get my top off. And I have my other brush hanging right here, right beside me. And I can come on in, bring this line down, go on and up and down with it. Smooth that out. It's just a little paler, but I like it. I like it. It is. Boy, my other color looks dingy now compared to, but it has been up 12 years, so it probably is dingy. We shall add a little brightness. And I will go in and cut all the way down this corner. And let me come all right here and cut. Cut on down right. Yay, look at that. So if you cut in and roll at the same time, supposedly it gets rid of the lines. You won't be able to see where you did this. Two things. I'm gonna switch my camera around. And just a little bit so we can see. All right, I'm down here now. All right, yeah, we can see. All right, I'm gonna. So wait, when I glance up, I can see you guys. I think that'll be nice. Okay, back in business, back in business. Here we are. So I've moved my ladder up some. Yes, I have. We're right here now. Let me load my roller back up. There we go, and we're ready. Boy, I hope the whole room goes this fast. But you know, I'll tell you what part isn't gonna really go fast is when I have to get up over the oven and stuff. I'm not sideways, but hey, I'm always a little crooked. And come on in here. All of these walls are pretty small, so that definitely helps them feel like they go a little faster. Go ahead and get this nice heavy coat. I always add too much paint to my roller, and then I get so much splatter back on me from too much paint. But what are you gonna do, right? I like mine to be full of paint. Remember, I did wash my walls, so they are all newly washed, and then I patched all my holes. This kind of reminds me of, can you let the dog out, Daniel?
Yeah, I can do that.
This color reminds me of, I've got here, a school wall. I don't know why, it just looks like manila color.
Come on, Marley. Outside?
Or maybe he's just enjoying, I don't know.
Outside? Yeah, I think he's just enjoying the view.
So we'll go ahead and get the bottom part of this wall rolled. Wow, it was filthy down here. I was such a little piggy. Holy cow. Little piggy. Won't you come home? That's so funny. Well, thank you, East African Workout Girl, for the raid. I could not figure that out. Sometimes my brain is a little simple. But yeah, I'll be here all night until this is finished. So feel free to pop in and pop out, check on my progress. I will love the encouragement. We'll see where we get, and then room one will be, well, no. Then we have all the trim to do. This part is so funny, you know, you think, oh, the walls, but then you have to go back. I have to do the doors, and I have to do the trim work, and all of that other stuff. So the wall part is only the fast and simple, is the very easy part. And then we get into the much more detailed part. Oh, as I go. Paint on the floor as I go. What you gonna do? So yeah, we start with the oh man, I better get me some plastic under my ladder. Good thing I have a wet cloth, All right. Get my wet cloth wet. Yeah, wow. I think I'm gonna need the whole bucket for down here. Let me get the whole bucket and take with me. So that's the deal, guys. Finally, after 2 years, I am so impressed. You know, the more expensive a paint is, the better it holds up. I had this paint mixed 2 years ago, and it had not really separated. I was very impressed with how it looked. I was definitely impressed with how it looked. Now when I come back to do maybe my brush part. Alright, did I get all my lines? Are all beautifully straight? Yes. This right here is bothering me. Let me get just a little tab. This corner. There, I think I got it. Nice. There it is. And we shall get our roller and continue. I have a little block there. Blend, blend, blend. That area needs to re-go. So I definitely do not need to load more on my roller. I just need to smooth this down a little bit. I need to come over into this area. This is supposed to be a one coater, but because it has been so long and these walls are so abused, it might be a two coater. And that's okay if it is. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We have, so I think for 12 years, the last paint kind of held up really well. So if this holds up that well, if I have to do shoe coats, I have to do shoe coats. I am not to, it won't be the end of everything. My molding, so. But I always keep my wet rag. So easy to fix your mistakes as you go if you already have your wet rag right there. All right, this is looking like it's pretty good. Of course, in the light tomorrow, I might see all kinds of spots where I missed. And if I do, I will come back and fix them. There's definitely over here right by this corner. You need to get really close there. Sometimes I have to shut my mouth to concentrate. My son's on the sofa. I bet he thinks, I wish you would shut your mouth, Mama.
It's all right.
Let's see what we got. All right, I'm gonna let this wall dry, and then I can come back and do touch-ups for wherever we are on that wall. So I sure do appreciate everybody being in. We are going to get this house painted, and it starts today. Okay. I'm going back up top. Yeah, I think that has to dry before I come back over it. I just don't want the neighbors to be able to be spying on me all night. So I have to go ahead and get where the curtain goes done and all completed so we can hang our curtain back up, right? Let me move the chair out from there. All right. Trying different colors, but hopefully that's just because, right? Let's move the mat out of the way. I think just because I'm going to grab this plastic and go ahead and get it laid down. There we go. That's a nice flat top. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. If I miss saying hey to anybody, I am so sorry. Cut in, cut in, cut in, cut in, cut in. Come back and give it a fade. I'm gonna give it a nice fade. There we go. Yeah. All right. You know, I did a cut-in bucket here, but then I have this here and not have the two. Ooh, all I think with painting is it always gets so hot when I'm doing it. All right, we got that. Get that little piece of dust out of the way. And let me get up here. Nice and simple. And fade it in. There we go, fade that in. Just so that line isn't real harsh. There we go. Making sure that line is nice and light. That's one of the secrets to cutting in, as once you get a good cut, it's a little tight, and then come back and fade that edge. Feather your edge. Feather, feather. See that? Feather it up into where my roller's going to be, and then it's going to just blend a little bit better, and you're not going to have a heavy line. Because see over here, I might have to come back in and do a little feathering to blend it a little bit better. So now when I go over it, it's going to just have a real nice, all right. And I can go up and down or around and around. So I always get way too much paint on one side of my brush. Oh, just keep rolling it, I guess. We'll see how far I can get. I would like to get this wall and down the hall today. I don't want to overdo it because this is my first big project that I'm having to definitely continuously use my hands since the big break. We know as of December, I was finally able to begin to use my hands again where I broke my hand and wrist. So I still don't have a lot of strength. So the goal is the easy part, and then tomorrow, I'm not liking how this is right here. So it just the roll makes it look different. But we can come back once it dries. I always get so impatient and start putzing too fast and too hard on things when I should just stop and let it go. Stop and let it go. So that's what I'll work on. I was mentioning my hands because I can already feel a palm, the burn starting right here. So bones here were broken, bones here and here. So I can already feel it starting to burn a little bit. But without using it, it's never going to get its strength back. It's never going to get better. So all the doors to do. Ah, I glitched. All righty, let me keep coming down, coming down. Let me hit my. Yeah, I'm going to do this and the hallway. Then we'll call it a night. Call it a life. Back to it, right? They will be back to lives. Alright. Yep, we'll just have this right here. Boy, I tell you what, right now, I sure am glad I didn't spend a whole ton of money to have that oceanfront house for the week, the last week. How long would that be? I don't think you get your money back for that either in your rental. Well, I guess if you rental vacation insurance, you would, but I don't know. Don't know if you do or not. What do you think? If you were king, would you give people money back? If, hold on, I'm trying to get it where we can see each other. That's the worst part with my live is the constant moving of my equipment. All right. But would you give somebody a refund? I mean, that's the, think about it. So that's how you make your money is by doing, renting, whoa, Lord, sorry about that, guys. Ain't nothing better than a push in your face. So that's how, you pay for the property stuff like that. Would you then give people a discount on it? Or give them their money back if they had to leave because they got evacuated? Or would you just say, that's ocean living? What would you do? Let me know. Tell me. I think that works too. What? Would you say, Patrick?
Oh, just, I told Summer just for him to get it up.
What happened?
She ate something. I think she drank that water too fast.
Does she need to get outside? Is she gonna be sick?
I think she got it up.
That's the first water I've seen her drink today. She is not drinking much, which is not good. Okay, so remember, what are we doing on the edges and all? Feathering, feathering, feathering. Feathering, feathering, feathering. Yes. Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is, Pat. What do you think?
About what?
Well, if rent your property out and a hurricane comes, do you refund? Or is it they have to get rental insurance or something like that?
You'd have to put a clause in your rental agreement for the rental insurance. You can do that, or you can say, yeah, I'll refund it, either or.
Well, I bet most people wouldn't refund it. I mean, that's hundreds of thousands. Some of those beach houses are like $10,000 a week.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't imagine people really going, oh, okay, yeah, because, I mean, I can't imagine people refunding, really. And I need to feather up, feather up, feather up. Joking too, feather up. Remember, I'm feathering up so I don't do a harsh line. Thank you everybody for coming in. I have got to start my lives again. Yeah. I think sometimes like with everything, whether they're forced breaks, not planned breaks, or whatever. But yeah, there was some things I just didn't realize was going on with the YouTube streets, and now I understand a little bit more and know a little bit more. It's amazing what you can learn in a year's time that you were not aware of. And now I am. So yeah, I'll definitely be being live a lot more. Oop, I forgot to feather. that, I gotta do rolling. I gotta roll this part. And then we gotta figure out, put the next part. I don't want that on that table. So it would not be a good move. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I think the biggest thing that makes me nervous when I'm painting is worried about I'm gonna run out of paint. To tell you the truth, that's my biggest worry, is that I will run out of paint, you know? Just sit down. So, finish this. My sister was laughing at me for painting. She thought it was funny. I was painting. So, well, I bought the paint 2 years ago. It's not like I jumped on the project really fast. Boy, I can see lines where I messed up the other paint. Underneath, there's some lines. Oops. All right. That looks good. Good, good? Looks good to me. Let's stand up. We have one more wall in this section. And it is just a little wall. Yeah, okay. One more section and then we turn the corner. So come on back this way with me. And I'll send you back up. I'll move you to this spot. Maybe just back us up a little bit. There we go. So you can see the two different colors, huh? You know, truthfully, I think I'm gonna finish this wall. And I think that might be enough for right now. What do you think?
Okay.
I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's come on back in here. All right, guys, come this direction. So I can put you right here. Ta-ta-ta. Yeah. So here we are right here. Mm-hmm. And I don't care. I don't need to be a certain direction, really. Because I'm just going to come up and cut in, cut in, cut in. All up top. Like now. Yeah, what do you think? It's getting there. Okay. All right, let's start cutting in, cutting in, cutting in, cutting in. Get our cut in cuts. Cut in cuts, cut in cuts. Guys up so you can be up top with me. Raise you up one more so you can really get up top with me. And then that way you don't have to look at my butt the whole time. There you go. All right, I'm gonna have to turn my ladder this direction. Yeah. And cut this direction. Oh, shoot. I just leaned against the wet wall. Man, I just got paint ass. I just leaned my butt into the wet paint. See that? Well, you can't see it. You don't want to see it. Alright, so let's get back to here. Oh, my son's laughing. Stop, Marley. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I have to say, painting a wall is so much easier than painting a ceiling. A billion times easier. than ceiling painting. And I do have to paint the ceiling in the other room. Yeah, I do. It has never been painted. Nice, and then we feather it down, feather, feather. Don't forget that feather. Feather. That'll give our a nice soft line as we come through this section. If I don't lean into the wet wall again, everything would be so much better. There we go. Yeah, that must have been a Mama Goose special. Okay. Here we go. Oh, here we go, here we go. And paint away, paint away, paint away. I hope everybody's having a nice evening, a nice morning, a nice afternoon. Depending on where you are will depend on what you are doing. I'm unable to see the chat because my back's to you, but I am thinking about all of my wonderful friends and wishing you all the best on this Thursday or Friday, depending on what time it is for you. Oh, I did it again. Man, I make myself so mad. I get to rolling and I get overexcited and pow, smack that ceiling. Yep. But that's okay. I'll have the ceiling paint out for the other room so I can touch up where I hit the ceiling. But in the meantime, I will wipe it with my cloth, my wet rag. Where did my butt hit? Anyway, like I said, it's been so long since this has been painted. We might have to do 2 coats. So I think after I finish this wall, I'll really be able to see tomorrow where and what this wall looks like, because I'm not sure I won't need a second coat just because it has been that long. Yeah, well, I got most of it. It's fine. Yeah, I think that's what the plan will be, definitely will be. I need to cut in here. Feather it out. Come in and feather out. Come in and feather out. I'm going to move my paint here. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down this wall real fast. Yeah. We're going down and feathering it out. I hope you can see. I know it's a lot of light coming in because we have the door right here and it is a lot of light. So there's just nothing we can do about that, I don't think. I keep trying to find the perfect spot. I just don't think there is one. All right, so let's work just a little bit farther down. I am doing much better than I thought I would. Feather it out, hit that corner, feather it out into this side again if need be, and feather it out into this side. Work it nice and smooth. I have a good area now. Smother that, feather that out. And I am ready to hit it with. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here while I paint a wall. Paint lots of walls. So we're gonna take this, I'm gonna use some of my paint in this tray to add to my little roller tray. And then we will wrap everything in plastic. Call it a day. Yeah, I'm trying to make a mess. I used to be able to just paint like hours upon hours upon hours, but I already feel my hands stiffening up, and we've got a lot more painting to get done, and I don't want to be so sore I can't continue. So instead of overdoing it, I am going to take things nice and slow, go back, make sure everything I'm working on is perfect before I move into the next section. We would do this section by section, little bit by little bit, day by day, and we will eventually get it done. Like I said, it's very different. I used to, being years ago, grab my paintbrush and paint until the whole room was completed, whether that took me 1 day, 2 days, there was no sleep to be had. We were going to get it done. And now I think they just have to learn a kinder, gentler way to be. I just don't have the energy for that, to tell you the truth. I keep working down, and that's okay. It's okay. It will all get done. There is no race to get this done. And I'm saying this to remind myself of things, Nobody will know, even if nobody likes how I do this, or if I painted it all wrong, or if I have the wrong technique, it doesn't even matter. I'm getting it done. I am going to enjoy looking at it. I'm going to enjoy the new parts, and truthfully, that's always good for me to remind myself of those things, because I will get a little bit stuck in the perfection or wanting it to all be a here and now moment. And truthfully, I think here and now moments are kind of going to look very different now that I am. Look, I'm including everybody in my party. So we're down low on this wall now. Yeah, we're down low. Hey, Pete Play, how is basketball season going? I'm glad I turned around so I could see you come in. With her and using a phone. I need to set my tablet up tomorrow, right next to it. But there you go. Thank you for coming on in and painting a wall with me. We have a whole house to paint, so there will be a lot of painting. Hopefully, though, I will get a better filming technique down. I will figure out how to get it all to make a lot of sense, and that would be a really great thing, wouldn't it? I have this plastic that's just truthfully in my way. Oh, so I was telling about the one time I painted without putting plastic on the floor, and my mother had all hardwood oak floors, and the paint splattered all over, and I think it took me like 3 weeks scraping her floor with my little fingernail to get every spot of that paint off. So as I'm doing the edging, I'm just kind of swooping in an upward swoop so that it's not a hard line when I come back with my roller. And that's what we're doing. Oh, look, everybody's here to paint with me. Shoot, I might have to just keep going on another wall. But I'm really afraid if I do, my hand might, I don't want to push my hands. Ugh, I'm such a wuss. There's part of me that's keep going. And there's another part of me that says, don't be a fool. And they're really at war right now. My don't be a fool part and my... We're going to do this section and we can come back tomorrow. Definitely. I will have a lot more time to get a lot more done. I just get that plastic in my way. All right, let me get the roller. And I'm in a good spot because the roller paint is almost out. So it's in a really good spot to kind of say, okay, maybe that's where we are today. So I don't have much. In that spot. All right, let's see. I have my, I'm just getting my paintbrush to paint some little, to put some paint on my roller. Because I don't want to dump more in this tray right now, knowing I'm gonna stop. So, trying to kind of use all the paint in the tray. Because that would make the most sense. Here we go. Let's see. Hopefully this will get it. Ah! Not enough paint on my roller. I'm trying to make it last. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, hold on. I'll have to put just a tad more. Tad more. Just a tad more. All right. I got a tad more. Right over here. Thank you all for being here. We're going to get this room painted. Yes, we are. Everybody's coming in. Maybe I should keep painting. Maybe we should just keep painting. All right, there we go. All right. I can put those curtains back up, Patrick.
You want to?
Well, yeah. No. All right. All right, I got that. Whew. Huh? So I had just enough to finish that little bit.
Just thinking about how it's gonna be tomorrow.
And let me come back in with a little swipe of the edging brush. I'm just gonna swipe and blend just a little bit more down here. I used to have a table or like a thing sitting here, and I'm not gonna put it back. I think I'm gonna put it against this wall, like a coffee bar.
That's good.
So yeah, oh no, you know what I did? I sat on the floor with my wet paint butt. Oh, I hope I don't have paint all over the floor. Anyway, I'm gonna put my curtains back up. We did this whole section today. It was a good start to redoing everything, even with the smoky look. Looking through the fog. So we'll do it again. And I sure do thank everybody for coming in and playing with me. Get this project done. I might even put makeup on. No, I'm not. It's too hot. Yeah, it's about 100% heat. So I'm gonna clean my paint stuff up, but I want to show you guys some stuff that I got. Excuse the mess. I have everything rearranged behind me, but here's some things I got to try this time. Let me find it. Oh, I put it right here so I would know where it was. Okay, so I went to Walmart to get some things that would make my painting easier. I usually always just use a Ziploc bag, but this is a paint roller poncho. So I can take my wet paint roller, I can put it in its very own poncho, just like that. I can pull the drawstring tight. It has its own little thing, and we will see if it is still viable tomorrow when we come back to paint with it again. I used to just wrap a plastic bag around it and put a rubber band, but here it has everything because we're going to use that again. And I have my paint brush. that has a poncho. Like I said, I always use plastic bags and just put a rubber band around it, but hey, Walmart had these, so I said, let's give it a try. And supposedly you can wash them. We shall see. We shall see. I am going to throw my disposable plastic tray away. I used all the paint in it, that's why I went ahead and stopped instead of doing the next section. So we can start tomorrow with a new plastic tray. These were so inexpensive. If you don't have, I think I have two right here. If you can't get your hands on disposable trays, then you can line your, if you can get a big piece of aluminum foil, you can line your paint tray with just some aluminum foil, like if it's the large size, and it's the same thing. Matter of fact, when I run out of trays, I think this is two. I think there's two of these stuck together right here. I know there are, I can feel it. Anyway, well, I try to see if I have two here. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna put a plastic bag over my other paint, and we will meet back tomorrow to do the hallway. So tomorrow we will start, I guess, above the cabinets. We'll get up there, and then we'll go down our dark hallway. And then we'll be ready for doors and trims. Yeah, we got a lot of parts to do, but thanks again, everybody, for visiting. And yeah, let's hope my hands feel great tomorrow so we can continue, because I am determined to get this project done. And until later, thank you all. Be sure you leave a comment so I can come back and show you some love as well if I missed saying hey to you while I was while my back was turned. Alrighty guys, later. Thanks again. Have a fabulous night. Alright, peak play. I'm gonna come watch some basketball. You know I am. See you later.